Okay, introducing environmental management, which is all about the way that governments and other agencies can improve the quality of the environment and reduce negative impacts of economic activity on the environment. As you know, economics is the study of scarcity, so it kind of fits in that environmental management can be addressed in an economic sense. It's about wants being unlimited in relation to limited resources. Environmental economics has become more popular in recent decades because it's becoming more and more apparent to economists, businesses and individuals that we've got significant environmental issues such as destruction of forests, pollution and depletion of natural resources, as well as other issues that are going to have an impact not just on an ongoing impact on the environment, but also on economic growth and development in the future. So environmental economics uses economic tools of analysis to study environmental issues and develop policies. So in economics, how do we see the environment? First of all, we see it as a provider of natural resources. And indeed, we may never fully know the real value of the environment as a provider of natural resources. Natural ecosystems provide us with economic inputs, including minerals, fossil fuels, water, fertilizers, livestock, fish, timber, medicines, food, fiber, materials for construction and clothing. Natural ecosystems have actually also been replaced and converted into agricultural, industrial and residential, i.e. housing, economic systems. For example, farms, plantations, mines. All of these are examples of how we use the environment. The environment also provides natural services, biological and chemical processes upon which our lives and indeed our economic activity depends, and so we can see them as environmental services. So here's just a few. You've got biodiversity, for example, which is fundamental to agricultural or farming, as well as scientific research for medicine and other purposes. You have water purification through wetlands, for example. Air purification through forests, converting carbon dioxide into oxygen, for example. And indeed, waste assimilation and detoxification. The environment also provides us with what we call natural amenities, so things that provide material well-being and comfort, or which increase the attractiveness of an area. So it provides places of aesthetic quality such as wilderness areas, mountain views that give us benefits in terms of spiritual recreation and cultural. For example, Sydney's Blue Mountains. Water activities are provided by the environment, another economic use. Bondi Beach, an environmental service enjoyed by many, not just Australians, but of course, for example, a huge benefit to our tourism industry. Sydney Harbour, same thing. Okay, so what is ecologically sustainable development? It refers to economic activity that uses resources in a way that satisfies needs and wants for the present generation without, destroying them, or indeed in order to conserve them for the use of future generations. And we must, if we're defining ESD, we must make sure that we include that notion of future generations. And if we can treat future generations in a sense in an equal way as present generations, then we are able to ensure the concept of intergenerational equity. So examples of ecological sustainable development in Australia Colin Sees from Golgong makes a commercial decision to cease fertilising, regenerates native pasture, rests pastures, sows winter crops, etc., actually increases biodiversity, but it also increases his profitability, and perhaps the main reason could be that he wants to increase his profit, but he's also managed to ensure not just maintaining the environment, but improving the environment for the future. So that's an example of ESD in real life. Secondly, Bamboo Surfboards, Australian surfboarder producer and exporter. They use bamboo instead of fiberglass, which reduces toxicity and improves the ability to recycle. So again, reduces what are known as negative externalities of pollution, as well as resource depletion. And so it is a sustainable way of ensuring increased economic growth, increased exporting income. So again, another really good example of ecologically sustainable